Welcome to Simply Yoga Asana. In today's class, we're going to move through a nice flow for our hips and our legs. Should feel really good for any of us who spend a lot of time sitting or standing. And we're going to spend a little bit of extra time in chair pose. I hope you enjoy. We'll start today seated on our heels, if that is comfortable for you. Otherwise, you can sit cross-legged, and we'll close the eyes. Allow the spine to get nice and long. And just allow the breath to simply enter and exit the nose. Just taking a moment to notice our starting point. Notice any of the sounds that are far away, any sounds that are close by, and then the sound of our own breath. You can allow the hands to just come down to your thighs. You can keep the eyes closed or just a soft focus about 6 feet in front of you on the ground. We're going to come into a light breath of fire. So we'll pump the belly on each exhale and just allow the inhale to come naturally. Continuing this breath, I want you to think about your Mula Bandha, your pelvic floor, slightly being activated. You can take your left hand to your diaphragm if you'd like to really feel that pressing in of the belly for each exhale. And as we're here, continuing the breath, just notice if any thoughts or distractions start to come up. Notice if there's any tension in the body, and see if you can allow it to relax as we allow the breath to get just a little more powerful for these last few moments. Take a deep inhale in. Hold the breath at the top. Really engage Mula Bandha. Pull the pelvic floor up. Relax the shoulders. Lengthen through the crown of the head. And then open the mouth and let it out. Now simply just take our hands slightly back behind us. Maybe just hanging out here. Really spreading the toes, pressing down with the tops of the feet, feeling the fronts of the legs active. Maybe starting to take some of the weight out of the knees, engaging the core, relaxing the shoulders back. And here we'll just do some nice deep breaths. It's a really good stretch if, like me, you have chronic sprained ankles. Or any time that you have pain, discomfort. If we're able to press down with those toes, we can start to strengthen the fronts of the feet all the way through to the fronts of the legs, to the Alice anterior. And releasing that, we're going to take the hands forward. And come up to our knees and tuck our toes. And you can use your hands to make sure that all the toes are involved. Sometimes the little pinky toe likes to tuck itself in the opposite direction. And then we can slowly start to walk our knees forward to really open up the bottoms of the feet. This is really nice if you have any trouble with plantar fasciitis or with your arches. And you can use your hands to just run from the heel down toward the toes. And the farther you let your knees head away, the more you'll feel that opening through the toes and the bottoms of the feet, this part of the body that we so often take for granted. And coming all the way forward to tabletop. We're going to take a few inhales and exhales for cat and cow. So inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart. And exhale in reverse. Let's move a few times with your own breath. And then bring that right leg forward. Keep that back knee down. And come into a nice easy lunge here, taking a little bit of the weight out of the hands. And just noticing where our hips are today. And we'll just do a little inhale coming up to the tips of the fingers. And exhale, straightening that front leg as much as we can, pulling those toes back. Inhale, moving forward. And exhale, heading back. Nice and easy here in the beginning. Inhale, moving forward. And exhaling back. We're going to inhale forward one more time. Come up to the ball of that back foot. And then bring that left foot to meet the right. And send the right foot all the way back, placing that knee down. Untuck the toes. In just a moment here, in an easy lunge, noticing if the hips fall to one side or the other. And again, inhale here. And exhale, straighten that front leg as much as you can. Flex those toes back. Maybe the leg just stays nice and bent so you can keep the hips parallel. And inhale, moving forward. And exhale, heading back. Inhale forward. And exhale back. Inhale forward one more time. Come up to the ball of that back foot. Bring the right foot to meet the left. And we'll inhale up for Ardha Utkatasana. Half forward fold. Ardha Uttanasana. And releasing down. Inhale halfway up. And exhale, releasing down. Inhale halfway up. And this time as we exhale, we'll walk the feet all the way back to downward facing dog. Bend one knee and then the other. Spreading through the fingers, pulling the ribs in, lifting the toes, spreading them and placing them back down. Then we'll bend nice and deep into the knees, float the knees just a few inches up off the earth. Try and sink our chest down toward our thighs. And a few deep breaths. And inhale, straighten the legs. And exhale, release the heels down. We're going to bring that right knee up into the chest. Place the right foot down. Coming up to the tips of the fingers. And then reaching the fingertips all the way forward. We're going to take an inhale and pull that left knee up into our chest. And exhale, send it all the way back. Inhale for Crescent. And exhale, reach. Inhale, pull that left knee in. Exhale, send that foot all the way back. Inhale for Crescent. One more time. Exhale, reach. Inhale, pull that knee in. And exhale, send it all the way back. We're going to place the hands down, send that right foot back to meet the left. Take an inhale here. Exhale down to Chaturanga. Inhale up for a nice little cobra. And exhale back, downward facing dog. Bring that left knee in. Place the left foot down, coming up to the tips of the fingers. Reaching the fingertips forward. We'll take an inhale, pull that right knee all the way in. And exhale, send it back. Inhale for Crescent. Exhale, reach the fingers. Inhale, pull the knee in. Exhale, send it back. Inhale, Crescent. Exhale, reach. Inhale, pull the knee in. Exhale, send it all the way back. Down through our lunge. And then we'll head back, downward facing dog. A few deep breaths. And then we'll walk the hands back to the feet. And then start to bend into the knees, place the thighs and the chest. Place the chest on the thighs. And we'll inhale, reach the arms forward. And exhale, placing the hands, tips to the fingers, straighten the legs as much as is comfortable. And try to keep the chest attached as we inhale, bend into the knees, reach. And exhale, and straighten the legs as much as we can. A few more times. Inhale, reach. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach. And exhale down. And we'll inhale and reach one more time. This time as we exhale, we'll reach the fingers all the way up, hands to our heart. And we'll inhale, reach the fingers all the way up. And exhale, a little bend in the knees. Start to dive all the way forward. Let the hands head all the way around and back behind us, straightening the legs. And inhale, reach. Little bend in the knees, nice and tall. And exhale, bowing down. Hands come all the way around and back. Like we are trying to paint with our fingertips as far away from us as we can. Inhaling, reaching high, and exhale, heading all the way down. Inhaling, and exhale. On your next exhale, we'll interlace the hands behind the back. And we'll inhale coming up, shine the heart up. And exhale, bow, fingertips up and over. Inhale, shine the heart up. And exhale, and bow. Inhale up. And exhale, and bow. Releasing the hands down. And we'll roll up one vertebra at a time. Come to standing. Bring our hands to our heart. Start to take the weight over to the right foot. And bring that left foot in. And place it on the calf or pull it all the way up to that thigh just for a moment in tree pose. And challenge yourself by closing your eyes or find that focal point just a few feet out in front of you. Just as slowly as you came into it, allow the leg to come down, and we'll transfer that weight over to the other foot. Bring that right foot just into the arch of the left, maybe up to the calf, maybe all the way up to the thigh. And again, a few deep breaths. And just as slowly as you came into it, we'll come back out, feet hip distance apart. Start to bend into the knees, hands to the heart. And spend a little time here in chair pose. Notice if the weight is far forward and the toes are gripping. Try and take the weight so that it's evenly distributed. The heels, balls of the feet, so you can even lift your toes, spreading them, placing them back down. Notice if the heart is sinking. See if you can still keep the heart high, long through the spine. And then with the feet hip distance apart, engage the adductors, adductors, by pulling the feet toward each other, engaging the inside of the thighs. And just notice how that feels in your hips to create more or less space. And then see what happens when you press the feet out, engaging the abductors, the lateral side. Maybe as the thighs and the legs start to get tired, you can shift back and forth, noticing how that changes the work in the nervous system. And we'll bend just a little deeper. And then for just a moment, straightening the legs out so we can heel toe our feet all the way together. And again, bending down. Now here you can really press the legs together to feel that strength and foundation in the leg. And we'll cross the left over the right. Transfer the weight over to the right foot. Maybe just staying here, using those toes as a kickstand. Or wrapping that leg if you're feeling adventurous. And the opposite arm will go on top. The right arm on top, you can give yourself a little hug, backs of the palms, or a full bind. Same deep breath. And just notice the thoughts, notice the focus. Gently unwinding, try and stay low as we head over to the other side, crossing the right over the left, maybe that kickstand, maybe the full wrap. Opposite arm on top, reaching back for those shoulder blades, backs of the palms toward each other, or the full bind for eagle pose. A few deep breaths, and just notice what thoughts come up, what sensations in the body. See if you can allow them to inspire you to breathe a little deeper, sink a little deeper, and releasing that sigh. Try and stay low, knees right next to each other, hands to the heart center. We'll take that left elbow on the outside of the right thigh. Notice if the knees are still next to each other, if one is trying to come out in front of the other. Press down with that top hand, gaze up if we can. And even in this twist, can we still breathe just as deep? And through center, right elbow on the outside of the left thigh. Press down with that top hand. Lengthen through the spine. Deep breaths. And inhale to center. And exhale and bow down. Congratulations. You've made it. Go ahead and take that left foot all the way back. Right foot forward for a lunge. And then we're going to keep the left hand down. Reach back with the right. Bend that left knee. You can fold up the side of your mat for a little extra cushioning under that knee if you would like. I'm going to really try and open up the front of this thigh all the way up to our hip flexors, all the way down through the quadriceps. I feel like that left hip is trying to sink toward the left wrist, and then let the chest get high, and then gently pull that left heel in towards you. And releasing that side. Send the right foot back to meet the left, down through vinyasa. Just for good measure. Cobra, upward dog, and back to downward dog. And left foot forward. Place the back knee down. Untuck the toes. Bend into the right knee. Reach back with the left hand. Keep the chest high as that right hip sinks for the right wrist. And deep breaths. And releasing that side. Send that left foot back to meet the right. And we'll just roll onto our backs. Pull our knees up into our chest. And gently rock from side to side, releasing the low back. And reaching to the insides of the knees and outsides of the feet. Coming into happy baby. You can stay here, or if plow is in your practice, just straighten the legs out and send them up and over. And again, staying here. Or if you'd like a little bit of an inversion, send the toes up toward the sky for a little shoulder stand. And wherever you are, roll down onto our backs, heels close into our glutes. We'll press the heels down, lift the hips up. Tuck one shoulder blade and then the other. And just a little time and bridge. Let's take a deep inhale here. Get the chest a little higher, and then exhale and roll down one vertebra at a time. Do this 2 more times. Inhaling up. And exhale and rolling down. Inhaling up one last time. And exhale, rolling down. Let the feet come out. Turn the palms up. Tuck one shoulder blade and then the other. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Relax through the toes. Release the tongue from the roof of the mouth. Let it sink. Relax. Let go. Giving ourselves just a little bit of time in Savasana, in this release, in this surrender. Slowly allow yourself to come back to your body, back to your breath. And stay right where you are, melting into the ground. Or if you'd like, you can find your way back to that simple seated position in which we started our journey together. Take this opportunity to notice if you feel any different than when we started. Just noticing, recognizing, even just a little bit of time checking in with our body, with our breath, can so shift everything else. We have so many habits and patterns that we carry with us all the time. Something as simple as sitting, standing, walking, lying down. So I hope at some point today you might remember to check in. Check in with your breath, check in with your body, and notice if we're really present for it, whatever it is.